Hey everybody, John Davis here again with another tech hack that's hopefully going to save you time so that you can spend it on what matters most. Today I'm going to show you my absolute favorite app on the Mac. This is a Mac only app, so you can't use it on Windows computer. So sorry if you're looking for something for your Windows PC, but this is my number one app that I use. It's the app that I use most. It's the app that I enjoy the most. It's the app that probably saves me the most time. It's not even close. This is my favorite app that I have on my Mac. It's called Launchbar. Launchbar is a launcher that helps you keep your hands on the keyboard. You see that down there in the description in the website, and not have to use the trackpad or a mouse so much, depending on if you've got a laptop or a desktop. It's about $29 for a subscription, and that's a one-time payment. But once you invest in that, I guarantee you it's going to be worth it. Now, there's a couple other programs that do similar things to Launchbar. One is called Alfred. Alfred has a free version and then a paid version for some advanced features. And then Apple has built in Spotlight, if you've ever done some digging into that. But Launchbar, I believe, does more than all of these. I was turned on to Launchbar when I was listening to an episode of the Mac Power Users podcast, and they were going over some of the differences between launchers, Launchbar, Alfred, and Spotlight. And boy, man, I really enjoy this app. I get a lot out of it, and I'm going to show you the different ways that I use it. And so here is essentially what Launchbar does. Let me close out Safari here. I've got a blank screen, okay? Launchbar is a launcher, so you can launch apps with Launchbar, and that's just one of the many features that I'm going to show you here today. And so what you do is you install it, and then you set up a keyboard shortcut command that will initiate Launchbar. And so I have set up command space, all right, and then Launchbar comes up. And you can do anything that you want with it simply by typing. Okay, so let's say I want to launch my to-do list app, To Do. So I'm going to type to, and there it is, and I'm going to hit enter. And then it will launch that without me having to click on the mouse. Okay. Let's say I want to launch another one. Let's just pick one here. Microsoft OneNote. How about that? OneNote. Just like that. Enter, and there it comes up. Okay. So this is a really powerful app just in that, but that's not the only thing it does, and there's so many more things that it does, so I'm going to show you. One thing that it does is it allows you to switch between apps very easily. Now you can do that with Command Tab on the computer, but this keyboard shortcut on Launchbar is a lot easier. It's just Command Spacebar, and you just keep hitting the spacebar. So you can go through all the applications that you have open, and you can switch between them. So I can go to Airmail, go back to Microsoft OneNote. Of course, I've got it closed. Go back to To Do, go back to Airmail, go back to To Do. So I use that all the time when I'm switching back and forth. But you can also use what Launchbar calls abbreviations. And so I've set up abbreviations that every time I do my command space command to bring up Launchbar, and then I just type one letter, it will go to that program if I hit enter. So if I type one letter, A, it goes to Airmail. That's my email program. Hit enter and it goes. Okay. Command space, one key, two, and it goes to Do, my to-do list app. Okay, and I've got abbreviations set up for all my programs that you see down there in the dock. Sometimes if you've got a program that starts with the same letter as another program, you've got to figure out kind of another abbreviation, but that works really, really well. And so you can launch apps, you can switch between apps, and you can set up abbreviations for apps. But you can do so much more, and I want to show you that right here. And so I've got a file down here that says meetings.pdf. Okay, it's some notes I took during a meeting. What I want to do is I want to move that file. Well, typically what you would have to do to move a file on a Mac is you have to open up the Finder window, and then you'd have to go find the place that you would move it. You'd usually drag and drop or something like that. Well, with Launchbar, it's extremely easy to move files to wherever you want it. And so I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to use what Launchbar calls instant send. It's a feature that they use to grab a file and then to do something with it. And I've set up a keyboard shortcut for instant send on Launchbar, 2 hits of the shift key. All right, and then it brings this up, and that little arrow right over there is pretty much asking, okay, what are we going to do with this file now? Well, I want to send it somewhere, and the place I want to send it is Dropbox. Move to Dropbox or copy to Dropbox, and I want to move to Dropbox, so I'll just hit enter. Okay, now remember that file was called meetings.pdf. Well, what if you moved a file and then you didn't remember where it was? You didn't remember where you moved it, but you remembered something about the name of the file. Well, another great thing about Launchbar is it has indexed your entire file system so that you can simply search for the name of a file and it will find it for you. And so if I bring up Launchbar with Command Space, and then let's get out of what I just did. Let's do something else. Okay, so now I'm into something else. Okay, but let's say I want to search for that meetings file. I don't remember where I put it. I know I just put it in Dropbox, but let's just say I don't remember where I put it. So I'm going to say meetings. Oh no, I'm sorry. That searched Google. That's actually another feature that I wanted to show you later. Bring up Launchbar meetings. Hey, there it is. All I did was type in meetings. The first thing that came up was meetings.pdf. Let's say now I found it. I want to just move it right back to where it was. I made a mistake by moving it in the first place. All you have to do is press Tab, Desktop. There it is. Okay? It's extraordinarily helpful instead of opening the Finder window and having to do all that stuff. Okay? Another way this instant send feature works really well is if you want to send an email with an attachment. Okay, so let's say you've got something on your desktop, you hit Shift twice, and I hit my abbreviation for my email app, Airmail. Open with Airmail, enter. Look what it does. It brought up a new message with that as an attachment already ready to go. That is pretty cool in my book. I use that all the time instead of having to drag attachments into emails or bring up a new email and then click the attachment button and then go find it. That's super quick if that's all you want to do is send off a file to someone else. We can also directly open websites. Launchbar actually indexes all of your favorites that you have saved in Safari. And so I've got a bunch of favorites. I'll show you one here because I'm going to use it to actually show you another feature of Launchbar. But let's go to the Wirecutter. The Wirecutter is a website that I look at often if I want to buy something. So bring up Launchbar with Command Space, and then you just type in whatever from the website title that you know you want to go to. Wirecutter. Enter. And you see what it did there? I didn't have to click on Safari. I didn't have to bring that up and then click on the Wirecutter link in my favorites. It just went directly to the Wirecutter, and I really like that. I've wanted something like that for a long time on computers, and finally Launchbar does this. Okay. Now another thing that Launchbar does that I really enjoy is clipboard history. What it can do is it can log all the times where you copy something to your clipboard, and then you can go back in and you can paste multiple things from the history of your clipboard rather than going back and forth and doing copy, paste, then go back, copy, paste, then go back, copy, paste. You can just copy everything. And so let's say I'm looking for some noise canceling over-ear headphones, okay? And I want to read the Wirecutter's review on the best noise canceling over-the-ear headphones. So I'll click on that. Okay, and as I read down through here, I see, oh, they really like the Bose Quiet Comfort 25, so I'll copy that. All right, but as I'm reading, I also want to look at some others that they have in their review, and so here, the 35s are the wireless model from the 25s that I clicked below, so I'm going to copy that because I want to remember that too. But let's say you want to have a different set of headphones. You don't want the Boses, you want some kind of alternate pair, you want maybe a cheaper pair. Well, here's some Samsung ones, so I'm going to copy this paragraph right here too. Okay, so I've got all of those things copied in my clipboard. All right, 3 things right in a row. Well, now I'm going to go over to my Notes app. Let's go to Bear Notes. Great Notes app, by the way. Okay, and I've got a note set up here called Noise Canceling Headphones. And I want to copy those 3 paragraphs. I want to paste them into this that I just copied. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Launchbar, Command Space, and then I'm going to hit Shift Command C for my clipboard history. And here it is, okay? This is the first paragraph that I copied. You hit Enter, and then it's right there. And then you do the same thing. Bring up Launchbar, Shift Command C, and then that's the second. Right there is the second one that I copied, the Quiet Comfort 35s. There's that. And then I want that third paragraph. Bring up Launchbar, Shift Command C, and here is the Samsung pair, the paragraph that I copied there. And that's really helpful, especially when you need to copy multiple things and then paste it into a notes file or an email or something like that. And Launchbar can do that for you. Another thing that Launchbar can do is it can directly search Google, and I kind of let that cat out of the bag earlier by accidentally doing it, but let's show you how that works. If I want to bring up Google, I've set up an abbreviation in Launchbar, G, for Google. And so let's bring up Launchbar and then type G and then you hit space. When you type G for Google and then hit space, it's opened up a search bar for you so that you can search Google right through Launchbar. And so let's say I want to search Google for noise canceling headphones. You hit enter and it takes you right to Google's search results for whatever you typed in. And so I've got all kinds of search results for noise canceling headphones there. That is extremely helpful as well, and I use that often. So you can directly search Google. You can also directly search YouTube. Watch this. Bring up Launchbar, start typing in YouTube. It's got a search icon right there and you hit space, and then you can type in whatever you want for a YouTube video. And so let's just do best noise canceling headphones. And then it takes you directly to YouTube's page as if you had searched for best noise canceling headphones in YouTube, and you get all the video results for that. That's very helpful as well. And then you can also directly add things to different programs. Like for instance, I use the program Do for my reminders. D-U-E, Do. Okay, let's hide this one. Here's my Do program for reminders. Okay, and this reminders program works with Launchbar, and you can directly enter reminders into this program from Launchbar. And so if you go Command Space, Do, and then Space, you can directly enter another reminder. And so I'm going to say check out noise canceling headphones Tuesday 8 a.m. and then it brings up a little window for Do if you want to enter that, and yes I do, so I will take that and just click enter, and now I've got a new reminder from Do, and I entered it directly from Launchbar. That's very helpful. The last thing I will show you is contacts. It searches through your contacts, Launchbar does, and it has indexed all of them, and so you can look through all of your contacts on your computer and bring up anybody's information that you want. And so I've got a good friend named Josh, and I'll bring up his contacts here. Josh Thompson, there he is. Press the over button and it will bring up all of Josh's information there. One thing that's extremely helpful that Launchbar can do that's very powerful is if you're sitting at your desk and you make some phone calls and you've got all your contacts on your computer and you don't want to have to get out your iPhone, you can scroll down to the phone number right there, hit enter, and it brings up FaceTime and this little dialog box that says, do you want to make the call? And all you've got to do, if you're on the same wireless network with your computer and your phone, all you've got to do is click call, and it will make the call on your computer using your iPhone and using your wireless carrier. And I can't tell you how helpful that is. Without having to get out my phone, I can do all of that straight from the keyboard. And so those are lots of different little things that you can do with my #1 favorite program on my computer, Launchbar. I would encourage you to go check it out. Again, let's do it this way. Let's do it the Launchbar way. Launchbar 6. Let's go back to their website. Objective Development, those are the people who make it. These are the developers. I would encourage you to go check it out. You can download a free trial of Launchbar and see if it's something that you would like. I have purchased this and I never looked back, and man, I use it every day, all the time, and it's just second nature to me. And so if I got a new computer, I would have to install this thing right off the bat because I wouldn't know how to navigate my computer without it. So hopefully that helps you. I think that program is going to save you tons of time if you use it and make you a lot more productive. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be back very soon with another video, another tech hack to save you some time so that you can spend it on what really matters. See you next time.